So the other day, Trudeau announced that he's going to release a new coin, a gay equality coin or something, to pander to the gay community and also SJWs who are really into that stuff. But this is just another one of his tactics, like the Viola Desmond $10 bill. It's a good propaganda tool to circulate, to change the money that people are using each and every day, to remind them that, oh, this is Trudeau who did this. Just like the coin, it's a 50-year anniversary of what Trudeau's father did, decriminalizing gay sex, right? And I agree. I think that if it's in the home, it shouldn't be a criminal act. You shouldn't be put in jail for it. And he did the right thing in that situation, right? And that's not a bad thing. But obviously, Trudeau today is going to use this to be like, hey guys, see how good of a guy my dad was, and how I'm just continuing the process that he was doing. And look at your $10 bill. Look, I did that too. This was my doing. Don't look at the economy. Don't pay attention to trade. Don't pay attention to anything like that. And the debt of our nation. Don't look at that. Look at your gay loonie, and look at the $10 bill with the black lady on it. Oh yay! Diversity is our strength. Equality is great. Blah blah blah. Unless you're white. If you're a white male, fuck you. Go to hell. We don't want you here in Canada. But I hate this shit so much, and now I'm gonna have to see loonies that are gonna remind me of Trudeau and his fucking gay agenda, right? And it's like, I have nothing against gay people. And I think, like I said, it's good that Pierre Trudeau's father decriminalized it, right? But we've entered a slippery slope, like that a lot of people in the right wing tend to warn about. And it's going to make people want to go all the way back and say, okay, we want to take away all of your rights. Because they are getting to the point where it's like, bake me that cake, you motherfucker. Or they're bringing transsexual people, or bringing people to the Human Rights Tribunal to make them pay $50,000 because they misgendered them, right? We are entering clown town here, and people are getting a little antsy here, and they're pushing a little bit too hard, too fast, and there's gonna be a backfire. There's gonna be a backlash sooner or later. But Trudeau, he released this gay loony thing the other day or today, and there are some leftists that are not too happy with him already. And this is when virtue signaling fails, because really you can never truly make these brain dead NPC leftists truly happy, right? The people like Trudeau and these corporate liberal types, they have crafted and created the people to be like this, but I don't think they can really control their little monsters anymore. And eventually they're going to come after them, right? Because they're not far enough left, even though they've been trying to push the society further left continuously. They're not going to be far enough left. And whatever you do, it's never going to make these people happy, right? So you commemorated the 50-year anniversary, and the gay guy who's criticizing in this article from the CBC, this gay historian, and he got it right, though. He's like, this is clearly just a ploy by Trudeau to try to give all the credit to his father. But, they're like, well, we still couldn't have sex in our cars and in boathouses, and we couldn't get tax money for spousal, all this other crap, right? And so it's never good enough, right? So it's like, I don't know what you'd have to do, like 1980 something or never, because they always complain, oh well, we still need work to be done, right? This is the mantra of these leftists, right? It's never enough. You've never ever eradicated racism or sexism or systemic racism and systemic sexism and bigotry, etc. It's always there. It will always be there. So we always need to work on it. We always need to be vigilant. This is what they say. This is what they always say. This is what Morneau said today. in the when he's being interviewed about it. It's like, well, I know there's people protesting outside, but there's still work to be done. We still need to take more of your rights away. We still need to force you to do things you don't want to do. We still need to take away your freedom of association because it still exists. So we need to remove it. But I'll read a little bit of this article. I took a few paragraphs. So the Anti-69 Network was one of the groups silently protesting, challenging the mythology that the 1969 criminal code reform decriminalized homosexuality. Despite the important gains won by the government organizing by our movements and organizing, equality has still not been established in 2019, the network said. So see, despite all of our works and gains we've done in the past to take away accreditation from the Trinity University in I forget what province, but they didn't allow them to get accreditation to teach law because within their document to sign up, they said, we believe it was a Catholic institution, a Christian one. We believe marriage between man and woman. And because they had that in there, the province, it's probably BC or something, I can't remember, wouldn't give them accreditation, right? Oh, we're discriminating against. No, Christians are being discriminated against. Their rights are being trampled on for you, for you fuckers. But the continuing struggles are against the blood donation bans. So yeah, guys, a lot of people in the gay community have illnesses and HIV, and it's still a risk for you to give blood. What, are we gonna have to test your blood first and then fucking, you know what I mean? Like, no, just don't give blood. Is it really that big? Do you really want to give blood that bad? I want to sit in a chair and have somebody stick something in my arm and drain the blood out. Oh, hey man, there's 7 billion people on the planet. Trust me, we got enough people to give blood. We don't need a fraction of the population. They're infested, but potentially infected blood. Higher rates of potentiality of infection to be donated. Like, it's all about numbers, guys. Like, yeah, we understand a lot of you are not going to have AIDS, but there's still a good number of you who do. So it's better off to cut it off completely, to say, okay, no, let's just, not allow any of them to do it, right? It's just kind of like Islam and Muslims in your country. Yeah, not all of them are bad, but you may as well just cut off the immigration from Islamic countries completely, because it's just enough of a problem that if you let enough of them in, bad shit is going to happen. But it goes on, criminalize, the continuing struggles are against the blood donation bans, HIV and sex worker criminalization. HIV and sex worker? So I don't think HIV is criminalized. Probably being a sex worker and having HIV and giving it to people, yeah, that's probably criminalized. Like, this is their struggles in 2019. Anti-black racism. What does that have to do with gay anything? They just threw that in there, which impacts many in our communities. So there's no white gay people, anti-white racism, what? Like, racist and heterosexist and anti-trans policing. What? They're probably talking about trans prostitutes being prostitutes and being pulled over. Like, what are you talking about? The continuing criminalization of consensual homosexual activities, the treatment of LGBTQ2S plus refugees, and more. Like, and refugees? What? They throw in black people, refugees, in their whole, like, okay, aren't they protest, or are we talking about gay rights? But now they throw in refugees and LGBTQ2S plus? Oh, these people, man, like what? Like, these are a minority of people, right? Most people are not this insane, really. You remember that, guys. A lot of people think a law was removed. It wasn't. gay sex, and this guy's a historian. Hopefully he doesn't teach. I really hope he doesn't teach. I think he might. It wasn't gay sex was still illegal after 1969, he said. It only allowed people to have sex in their bedroom. But everywhere else, it was a crime, including in a car or in a gay bathhouse. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure having sex in your car today is still a crime. Like, indecent exposure, probably in a bathhouse. That wasn't maybe, who knows? There's probably like little kids in there and shit too, right? But after 1969, he said the gay community was still repressed and had to fight for equal rights in Canada. For example, cohabitating same-sex couples could not claim tax benefits. Homosexuality was seen as a mental illness and gay marriage was illegal. So, you know what? It's not a right to be married, okay? And the reason you weren't allowed to be married is because of the taxes and the benefits that you get from marriage initially. But people, they want the same benefits and taxes that people will get who they're assuming are going to have kids. But you're not going to have kids, so why the hell should you get those tax credits, subsidies? Get rid of them all completely, because they're just going to be going to replace white people anyways. So it's not a good thing. Honestly, it sounds like a good thing. Like, we'll give working families, a break. No, it's going to go all the Mexicans and black people and Muslims, okay? So get rid of it completely, and white people will do better, okay? Enough of this. I'm going to throw this in there, but I see a lot of people on the right in support of socialism lately. And for things like this, tax credits for couples and families and white families specifically. First of all, you're never going to get that through. Second of all, government sucks. It's not going to work. White people do better. They thrive without the government. They thrive being free. They don't thrive with massive governments, with all these things that are supposed to help us, right? Because they don't help us. Like I said, they're just going to be going to other communities instead, and to, repopulating them instead of us. That's what's happening currently. So, get rid of all of these benefits, right? They shouldn't be giving to gay people, straight people, anybody. The government shouldn't be giving money to nobody. Homosexuality was seen as a mental illness, and gay marriage was illegal, right? And like I said, there's many reasons why it's illegal, but it's not a right, and it's not a struggle, you know what I mean? And now that they have the right, now they want the right to be married in religious churches, and they want this and they want that. But like I said before, there's going to be a backlash because you guys are moving way too fast, and people don't like it. They're not liking it at all. They feel like they're bullied. Even though you guys feel like the ones that you're being discriminated against, we feel discriminated against. We feel like we're being bullied, and people are going to have enough of it already. We're already in Clownsville, clown world as it is. We don't need any more of it. And you know what? Fuck Trudeau and his stupid pandering to each and every different community with this gay loonie, with the Viola Desmond $10 bill. I'm just so sick and tired of this shit. I'm so sick and tired of foolish NPC idiots who buy into this stuff, who like, oh, this is a great thing that he's doing this. When he apologized to what Canadian government did to gay people, he cried. He was crying, he was bawling his fucking eyes out. It's like, this guy's an actor, people, who is eating this shit up. This is why I'm against a large government. This is exactly why I'm for small government. Because you're all fucking idiots, and you all eat this stupid shit up, and you're always going to eat this stupid shit up. It's going to continue. So the best way that we could live is to make it so you, dumb people, have no impact, or have no ability to impact my life with the government, to impose laws, to steal my money, to give it to other people. Like, that's what's happening. But that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.